we come to my personal favorite. This one I've been excited to talk about. So this one is going to be a first for World of Warplanes, and it's because it's in a nation that isn't actually in the game yet, which is a bit of a neg for it to be added, but it's just a gorgeous aircraft, and it's just so unique in terms of its armament and all this. So this is the Belgian Renard R.37.
I like this. I like this plane primarily because of the second armament loadout possibility. So it's got two possibilities. It's got 450 cals,
13.2 or basically
13.2 is slightly larger. It's like 55 cals, something like that.
55 cals.
Or it's got two 20 millimeter and two of these 13.2 millimeter machine guns. So two 20 millimeter cannon and two 13.2 millimeter machine guns. And that sounds like a really fun loadout for Tier 5. That second one. The first one it's like, that's okay. It's if Wargaming wanted to, they'd have to, I'd say, kind of maybe magic the stats up a little bit so that you get somewhere in the same damage per second as the BF-109E or the P-40. Somewhere in there.
I mean, with 13.2 millimeter machine guns, you're probably going to get that with 4 of them. It's probably going to have parity with the P-40 in that regard.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think the MiG-3, you've picked the MiG-3 as a simile aircraft, and because this seems like it would be an altitude fighter, but a tourney altitude fighter. So that's the way the MiG sort of plays in this game. Is it turns better than the P-40. Its guns aren't quite as good. The MiG-3 that I'm talking about, and it's on par as far as turning goes with the stock BF-109E. Now, I know some folks, Nova Tempest, who make their BF-109E into a turning monster, and can get around when you work it. Can get around even on the KI-43. I've seen it happen. So,
and here's the thing, though. I don't even have the thing built for full speed. That's the thing. Mine's a hybrid.
Right.
It's not even a full turn. It's not a full speed. It's just a mix of both. Because here, I will actually go ahead and show that to my audience. So I have a full experimental loadout, but I do have polished skin and uprated engine on this. And you can see for the pilot skills yourself, it's not he's no slouch in terms of skill points.
Right, and that's the other way. That's like the P-38 that I've selected for this particular battle. It's got some kill marks, quite a few, and it's got special projects equipment loadout and an 11-point pilot. So, okay, I'm cheating. It's a little bit of SEAL clubbing at Tier 5. I'm not gonna lie. I don't play it as often as I used to, because it feels a little dirty to play it like this. But man, not as dirty as your Emil. Oh my God, that thing is wicked. That is wicked.
I know it is. I am not going to pull any punches with it. It's just, it's my most flown aircraft. You've even said before with H0 that when I fly that thing and you see me fly, you're just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
and
no, I am.
You're not pulling punches with saying that either, and it's like being tickled when you talk about it like this.
Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome. So when we talk about the Renard, the R.37, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that it's a Belgian plane, and the reason is that it fits within the European, the European group, and unless the Belgian pilot that came along with it had some special skills or something, it I, it almost argues to be put into some other nation, French possibly, um, German possibly. I mean, I think it would
I mean,
fit in
now
either nation.
historically, I'll give you a historical note on that. So the Germans actually did when they invaded Belgium. They found this aircraft and captured it and took it back to Germany. Now, its fate beyond that is unknown. We can only assume it was scrapped or something, or used for, I don't know, target practice or something. But the aircraft was captured by the Germans, though I'd not say could be French, because there were no plans for this to be a French aircraft. This was strictly for Belgium,
Right.
the
Right.
Belgian Air Force.
Of course, I'm talking about in game.
Well,
In
yeah,
game, how people
but
might
still, even in game is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
people might choose when they change nations. They would say, hey, its play style could be, I don't know, it might not be French, because French is more slow and turny, and so maybe not French, but maybe, I don't know, Italian, to complement the two other Italian planes that we have in the game, because I put the SM in there in my mind. I put it in my mind. I really want.
Technically three, because there is that Chinese plane from Italy,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
the Metallico.
Yep, the Metallico. So
Actually,
so
for
yeah,
those folks that aren't aware of that, let me actually real quick flip to that. It's this one right here.
that's a Tier 3 BA-27. Is that true?
Yeah, that is indeed an Italian plane.
So yeah, it's
Because it's a Bretta, so
yeah. So I am, my memory sometimes serves me well, but sometimes not so much.
well,
Anyway,
hey, everybody's got a hole in their memory.
that's right. So yeah, it's one of those things where I am I I like these Italian light fighters. I really do. I really want them to be part of the game. I recognize that it's harder for wargaming to do these, do the Italians, or do a Belgian, or do heck, even French or Swedish, because there's not as many pilots. People won't play them as much. It's one of those things where it's just it's I would love it, but I recognize that there are things standing in the way. And the thing standing in the way, of course, is that nobody plays them, because there's no pilot training or whatever. You have to move them to another nation, in order to get them. This is the argument. This is the big argument for having these, let's say, an Italian group of planes, or a Swedish group of planes. So you have a reason to play them, other than the fact that they're just super cool, like that Tier 8 Italian that we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Or this Belgian plane. This Belgian plane sounds pretty great too.
Yeah, except the only problem is, how'd you make a line of Belgian aircraft? There were only like 4 in this period, and this is one of them, and it was related to 2 of the other ones.
Right.
So it's just like, what are you going to do? I mean, this is just a counterpoint to adding this, but still, it's intriguing enough, and it's unusual enough that at least deserves to pop up somewhere. I don't even think War Thunder has this plane in it. Or the game that I shouldn't have named, but I did by accident. But again, I don't even think they have this aircraft. So that'd be another way to stick it to the game that I shall not name.
Exactly. No, and your point at the very beginning when we started talking about this was, hey, look, the new and unique stuff gives people, excites them to play the game, to grind for the premium. It has more interest than the copy paste stuff, and frankly, fits into wargaming's the pattern you noticed, where they do for their anniversary and for Christmas, they do new stuff, and then they do copy paste, between January and August. So you want to put it into you want to make it similar to the MiG-3.
I'd say it'd be a combination of the email, the MiG-3, and the P-40. It'd have elements of all three kind of blended into this totally different aircraft that's not directly related to any one of them.
Okay.
In terms of how it was developed, because it looks a little more like the prototype Focke-Wulf 190.
Yes.
The V1.
Yep.
Which is another plane you've been going like, hey, this could be one you could add to the game.
Yes. Copy paste. I have several copy paste ideas, and in fact, my selection for this particular discussion we're having is a copy paste plane. Just because I recognize that those planes are easy to do as far as modeling goes, and as far as performance. You don't have to think too much about their stats. You think a little bit, but not too much about their stats. And that means they're easy for wargaming to make a few bucks in the in-between times when they're not putting out new and unusual stuff.
Absolutely. And again, I 100% agree with you on that. I'm not going to debate with you over it. It's just the reality. They have to do both.
Right. No, I agree. And there's plenty of things to do. It's not like they're plumbing the depths, right? It's one of those things where you say, hey, look, all these nations produced these planes, and they produced planes of various configurations. Like, let's say the 109 line. Man, they made a bunch of those different things.
Oh my god! Like you pointed out, there was a prototype they developed with a V-tail.
Right. Yes, which is interesting in its appearance and could be an interesting premium.
So, folks, we just got into a game, and we just ran into none other than a fellow YouTuber, F-22 Hunter. He is likely trying to get the Flying Exterminator badge for the XF4U6, so we're going to at least attempt to oblige him. He might not get the win, but
I'm of a mind to go hunt him because I've got the plane to do it.
Oh, Corvus, don't do him dirty. Come on, man.
No, it would be wrong. I've built this plane for speed, and so the P2 M82 is a very fast aircraft. Oh, you and I came to the same place. That was my bad.
That works.
Go and do some stuff here.
Perfect, brother. Well, hey, let's go poke at their airfield.
I think so. I'm gonna save our bomber from this bow fighter first, I think. Oops. There we go. Oh. I'm going to the other airfield. Okay, well, we can do that too.
Well,
oh no, we're
literally
going
what
to
I was saying.
I was confused momentarily. That happens to me. That's it's one of the things when I'm flying one of my fun aircraft. Get out of dodge. 7 seconds until the sector unlocks. There's a light fighter on your tail. I'm gonna come on down and, oh, you recognize it.
Ow! Cannon got me.
Oops. He's only on 8 hit points, unfortunately. I didn't whack him when I made my first pass. My 37 didn't hit, which frustrates me. I like it when my 37 hits because then I get to delete stuff instead of it just whittling away with the 50s. Go. Are you coming back here?
I'm probably going to hang around the middle because
okay. No, that's fine.
There.
Okay.
You're as long as you're holding your own in there. I'll come to you if you need some hand. If you need a hand.
I got one of my engines knocked out. Of course, it's always fun in a P38 to and I don't have an engine repair consumable, so that's annoying.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
You need a hand now?
No, we had a bot come in and loses life. Now I got to get out of dodge because I got. Oh, maybe I can drag him out of the.
I see him.
Drag him out.
Nice.
Don't argue with a 37, folks. The 37 is wicked.
The airfields are ours. We've got the enemy contained.
Actually, he was counting on his 37 taking me down.
Air supremacy achieved.
Wow. Well, we had air supremacy for a very short amount of time. You want to go and take that command center, or do you want to let it ride?
Let it ride a bit. Let him catch on.
Okay. Well, I've been stooging around down here on the deck, which is stupid play for a P-38. People, don't do it. Stay up high at altitude, and don't treat it like a turn fighter.
Do as he says, not as he does.
That's right. You know, I've told folks I know how to play these planes. The fact that I choose not to sometimes comes down to a YOLO mindset. You know, I fly around and it's like, hey, I'm doing this for fun. I'm not doing this because I'm trying to prove anything to anyone. But you know, I didn't get 6 kill markers on this plane because I play it like a dummy. So, nor did I choose to outfit it with special projects gear because I suck in it. It's just one of those things where it's like I went to the air base and doing air base things, and the planes that I were after were all flying down there. And you know what? Guess what? I'm gonna fly down where the enemies are. All right. What's this bomber flight doing? It's going somewhere, I guess. While it's going somewhere, I'll go and goof around with it, because why not?
Keep it up. Victory is almost ours.
Oops.
We cannot support you any longer. The storm is too heavy. Do you copy? Over. Our airfield is under enemy control. We need to retake the initiative.
See, currently, we're ahead, but behind on sectors currently. But it's after squall line, so. So what are we gonna do?
Well, we're going to leave F-22 alone.
Okay. Uh-oh. Now I've got now I've got trouble.
Well, I just took care of one. There you go.
No, I'm there you go. Yep. Sometimes you pick up a you pick up a couple of trailers and you just got to get out of Dodge. Oops. Yeah, it's unfortunate, bud. I'm sorry about that, but I did not come and headhunt you because Nova told me not to. So I don't want to. I didn't want to ruin your whole day. But yeah, you drew a bad draw with the matchmaker, unfortunately. So.
I'm proud of you, pilots. Head back
And
home.
somehow I clawed my way to #1 spot there. That's honestly surprising.
Oh, I don't know. It's not that surprising.
Oh, pfft. In a MiG?
Yeah.
It's not the plane, folks. It's the pilot.
That's right.
I mean, the plane helps, but
The MiG-3 it's a good plane. It is a good plane.
I used to hate this. I hated this thing when I first got it, but now I've kind of changed tune with it. It's annoying, yeah, but hey, it's consistent. Unlike a certain something.
Right on. Ooh, I got more points than you, but you got more chevrons than I did. And F2 Hunter, he really did. He acquitted himself very well, and he got let down by his teammate.
I mean,
That's-
it was a clanmate too, but he was just, of his.
Yeah.
At least if I remember correctly. I think the main thing was we kind of out-strategied, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, now that, so yeah, folks, so that was the simile to the Renard R.37. So of course the Renard would probably have been a little more punchy than the MiG-3 with either one of its armament loadouts, and probably not as fast, but probably a little bit turnier, just a tad.